Hello, I'm Safia and welcome to my little video which serves as an introduction to yoga if you're a newbie, or it might just be that it's a little reminder for those of you that come to classes, to my classes, to other classes, and perhaps you have been away from those for a while because it's 2020 and most classes, I think all classes, have probably been suspended. So it might be that you just want to get back into your yoga practice. So let's just get ourselves started. Do what you can with what flexibility you have. Don't worry about what it should look like or what it should feel like. Well, we want it to feel comfortable. We want to be working with ease. If anything feels at all uncomfortable or particularly tight, please pay attention to that and don't push into anything that feels at all dubious or uncomfortable. Having said that, give yourself a little bit of a challenge perhaps if you can, so that you really stretch and create space in your body. So to start with, let's find a really comfortable position, sitting in a chair if you like to start with, or you could, as I am, I've got a cushion that I'm sitting onto on the floor. And if you're not used to sitting on the floor very often, it might be you have 2 cushions, 3 cushions, a folded blanket and a cushion, just whichever layers you need in order for you to sit comfortably. And you can have your legs any way that you wish. You might have those legs stretched out in front of you, maybe you've got the knees bent, maybe you've got the soles of the feet together, maybe you're sitting in a cross-legged position, bending the knees and just bringing the feet so that they're perhaps sort of one in front of the other. But find what works best for you. Maybe you have the soles of the feet together and that can be quite nice as well. If your lower back feels a bit as if it's rounding, or if it feels a bit tender, or if there's a tight feeling in the hips perhaps, or the groin, then please do lift those hips up a bit more. Add yet another layer to sit onto so that you feel you're making a bit more space there. So just coming to sitting nice and comfortably, imagine a thread that's connected to the crown of your head, right on the top there, and that thread is being lifted very gently. Your gaze is still straight ahead, you're looking straight ahead, you're not going to look up, you're not tilting the face, but if you imagine that thread is being lifted, then notice what happens if I'm imagining it's being released again, and maybe the chest starts to close, the back starts to round a little bit. Then as soon as we lift that thread, the chest lifts and opens, the spine lengthens, nice bit of space being created there in the body. So just that as a starter, just thinking about that. And that as a reminder, whether or not you're on a yoga mat or in a yoga class, is something it can be really useful to remind ourselves of anytime throughout the day, is just to notice that posture, to notice how the spine is positioned. Let's think now about what the shoulders are doing. If we're having a busy day, if we're stressed about something, if we're worried, multitasking, all the different things that take up a lot of our day, it could be that those shoulders start to creep up towards the ears because we're either carrying and lifting and sorting things, or just that we are a little bit stressed or worried, and sometimes that's just a natural thing that happens as those shoulders start to come up there. So notice how your shoulders are right now, and we're going to just start to move them a little bit. So depending on what you noticed just now, it might be that you're going to take a very, very small movement here. If there is tension, if it feels tight, then you want to go quite carefully, quite gradually. But we're just simply going to move those shoulders forwards, up, and then back, and then down. And if you feel a little bit of clicking, or maybe you notice one shoulder is different to the other, just take care of it. Again, as I was saying before, don't push anything that feels tender. And as we do this, let's just start to notice our breath. The next time that you bring those shoulders forwards and up, take a really deep breath in, breathing in. A little pause, and then as you breathe out, nice long exhale all the way out, take your shoulders back and down. So noticing the shoulders and now noticing the breath, and then combining the two, the movement with the shoulders and the breath, combining them together. So as we breathe in, we're moving the shoulders forwards and up. This could be still quite a small movement, or it might be that you're gradually making it a little bit bigger if that feels right for you, only if it does. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, take your shoulders back